If you're a replay viewer, just welcome, just come on in. My name is Olivia Cagle. I'm a prenatal, postnatal corrective exercise specialist and a diastasis restoration specialist, and I help mommies heal their cores, strengthen and restore their cores. So, especially if you've had babies, or lots of babies, or multiple babies like twins, things like that. Alright, so if you don't know what diastasis is, it is the separation of the left and right abdominal walls. And a lot of times it can show up after pregnancy. And, hang on one second. Okay, it can show up after pregnancy. Now, pregnancy isn't really the cause of it, but it can aggravate what was going on inside, which is an intra-abdominal pressure. So anyways, you can also feel free to ask me any questions you have about it. So I wanted to talk about some of this. Hey Bridget, I wanted to talk about some of the symptoms. How are you doing? I've been praying for your family. Anyways, I just want to talk about some symptoms that come along with diastasis that some people don't necessarily realize. You're welcome. So first of all, you might see a lot of pregnant moms who have a belly button that pops out. That can be a sign of diastasis when you're pregnant. Then let's say you have your baby and you still have an outie. That can be a symptom or a sign. If you have leakage, when you sneeze, when you run, anything like that, cough, yes, we have to talk about these things. That is a symptom. And there's a lot of things going on. It's not just about this separation of the muscle. We've got to talk about what's going on with our pelvic floor. Your baby is 14 years old. Do you have diastasis and you have a child that's 14 years old? Is that what you're saying? Anyways, you can also have pelvis pain because your muscles can be weak in your inner core. So a lot of people don't realize that they've got to heal their inner core. I don't know, I've just been learning about it. Yes, absolutely. I have somebody in my boot camp that is 60 years old and we're working on it. And you're popping on in the middle. Dave reminds me to sit up properly. Good. I'm glad you hopped on here. So, yep, sit up during the day. Yeah, but you can definitely, one of the biggest questions I have is it too late to start working on it? It's never too late. I think every mom should do this regardless if they have diastasis or not. Learn how to function correctly. Learn how to get your 4 inner core muscles strong. I was on a video consult with a lady today and she said, now you're all reminded. That's right, Bridget. Hey, I need the reminder sometimes too. Anyway, she just said, I can't believe when you lift your pelvic floor up, and when I have my clients do this breathing homework, she said, I can't believe how much of that feels like an ab workout compared to some of the other workouts she's done. So that's just showing me how weak the inner core muscles are because my pelvis was out. Could this be related? Yes. And if you go to a chiropractor, you want to look for one that specializes in Webster technique. You can Google Webster technique online and find one in your area. It's so important because they're specialized in the pelvic floor. Maybe yours is Webster technique certified, but that's always great to see. Also, you'll have abdominal discomfort. I have a lot of moms say that they're just uncomfortable. The touch to their abdomen is sore. They may have some pelvic organ prolapse going on. 50% of women who have babies deal with some sort of prolapse that's going on, which means your organs are coming down. Your skin may sag, and yes, we have babies and our skin can sag, but some women who have diastasis, their skin looks a lot different. Your abs are going to look different after a baby if you've worked out and kept trying to fix your abs and they just get worse or they don't get better. You may have diastasis. And lower back pain is a huge thing with diastasis. Some women have it, some women don't. But think about it. Your transverse abdominals, they've kind of come apart, so your back doesn't have as much support as it needs. So real quick, I'll remind you, I have a 5-day, yes, running is bad for diastasis. I actually have a video that talks about running on my website. It's fittabulousmoms.com. I show you how to run if you're going to run. I show you an alternative that you can do, but just think about it. Each time you run, every step you take is putting tons of pressure on your pelvic floor, okay? So that can make it a lot worse. Your boot camp will make your knee. Oh, thank you, Bridget. And my boot camp starts Monday, August 8th. My next one starts up, so I run one every 4 weeks. So far, I don't know that I'm ever going to make it further apart. I don't know yet. But anyways, if you have questions about that boot camp, you can do fittabulousmoms.com. I have a contact tab, and you can tell me you're interested in it. And I also do 20-minute free consultations where I'll just answer any questions you have. I would love to just answer questions and be there. I know this is a frustrating thing for mom. Doctors aren't telling women what to do. A lot of them are saying, oh, just do crunches or whatever. So bad information. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for sharing. We need to get this. We need to get this information out for these moms. Thank you, Bridget. Thank you, Bridget. I do love to do these boot camps with these moms. It helps them keep going and get through it. So that would be one of the number one questions I get. Is it too late? Listen to your last. Oh, okay. All right, and you're Jen. All right, so you listen to the podcast. Okay, great. So you know, too, that I have a free 5-day diastasis challenge that you can start, and it will teach you the basics. You really got to learn the basics of alignment. You got to learn the basics of breathing. The foundation of my program is breathing and alignment, and then I add in the workouts as well, and also a nutrition program that can help with bloating, because that's another symptom with diastasis. A lot of women deal with bloating because you're opened up. So you're opened up here, and the bloat is going to seem worse because you don't have as much protection, okay? So you can also, in my 5-day challenge, I have a video that takes you through how to check to see how many fingers wide and how deep you are, okay? Because the depth, a lot of women freak out about the width, but I have seen women who are this far apart and have a huge diastasis because it's so deep. So the linea alba, the connective tissue that runs down that separates, is so thin, okay? Like it's probably just like thin like cellophane. Yeah, I would love for you to look into it, and if you want to call me, we can chat with a consultation. I would love that too. So anyway, so all of these organs can just come out. It's not great to think about, but if the linea alba is very thin, there's not a lot of protection. So you really want to see how deep that diastasis is. It's so important. So yeah, I did a video consult, and the lady was doing this, she said she just wanted to sit up and let me see it, and it was only this far, but her belly, like if this is her belly, it came up and coned like that. It was really freaking her out. Okay, but you know what? Women who have had 6 fingers and very, very deep, they have healed. That you can heal. You can get function back. You can strengthen those inner core muscles. It's going to take time, but you can heal it. Now, some women may not close all the way. Do you recommend Okay, that's a good question. I was actually going to talk about this. Okay. I am not a huge fan of splinting. Now, the lady on here that's got, I know it seems hopeless, but you can start somewhere, okay? You can start somewhere. Because if you don't ever start working on it, it's not ever going to get better, and it can continue to get worse. So, okay, splinting. You can, the lady who's 6 fingers wide and very deep, sometimes maternity supports during pregnancy. Okay, we'll talk about all that too. you may need a little extra support, especially if you don't know how to do your alignment correctly, if you don't know how to do your breathing. The problem I have with splinting is women wear them all the time to make them look thin, and some can suck them in and continue to create that intra-abdominal pressure. They let the splint do everything for them. They do not continue to, so that means they're not letting their muscles work for them. So sometimes if you have a really bad diastasis and you're doing workouts or whatever, you may need it, but what I would rather see you do is do the workouts slow while you're wearing it. Work on your breathing and your alignment like I teach you in my programs, and then, because it's really hard to explain this in one video. I had to do a program for it. So you have to really focus on those muscles with the splinting on so you can start feeling it, and then you can start working it by yourself, and you let your muscles start doing the work. So some women splint who don't even need it. Some women splint for to make them look, you know, very thin. Now let's say you have big huge date night with your husband or whatever, and you want to wear a dress. I would say go ahead and wear the binder to make you feel more comfortable, but then take it off, okay? So just don't focus on those things. And also, I have a course now. I started a Fit-Tabulous Moms Club, and Casey did a course, and you can purchase it by itself on my site, and it's called Dressing for the Postpartum Mom, and she gives you tons of great information and clothing that you can wear if you have diastasis, to help you out on that. Okay, so and like I said, you could go to my website and in the contact tab, just tell me what you're interested in, or you can just click around and see what you can find. All right, so when you're pregnant and splinting, that's the other thing. You can use a little bit of the tape if you want. You can, thanks Keisha for inviting followers. You can do the support. Some women are going to need it, but don't rely on it. I want to make sure if you're pregnant that you're doing the breathing homework at least 2 times a day, if not 3. So I think who asked that question, you may be one of my boot campers. So anyways, you want to make sure you're doing that and you are really getting your inner core muscles strong, okay? The other thing is, when you work out, you may need it. When you walk, you may be uncomfortable. That's a hard question to answer. Okay, yes, you are. So that's what I was thinking. All right, hang on one second. Yeah, okay. I always forget you're Amber. The names on Periscope confuse me. That makes total sense about not. Yeah. So one I would recommend. I sent some links to a lady the other day. I need to write a post on that. If you email me or if you contact me here, I will send you some links. I know my handwriting's atrocious, but if you can read that, fittabulousmoms.com, and let me know that you're interested in what I recommend, and I'll send you a couple links to one, okay? So, but you need to learn how to, oh, thank you. I don't think so, but thank you. You just have to learn how to strengthen it. So again, if you're pregnant, some of you may need it. It depends on how bad it is, if it gets worse when you're pregnant, but you just want to be doing your breathing homework, getting those tight. If you work out, you want to make sure that you are doing your breathing, maybe work out slower, and just really think about what you're doing. So I need to create a pregnancy boot camp. Even though I've got pregnant women that come in, I work one-on-one with pregnant women, but it's like they want their own program. So I need to do that, and I even think I'm going to put have some information about natural birthing tips and stuff in there as well. So that will come out eventually. I just don't have a lot of time to do everything. All right, so do y'all have any other questions while I'm on here? This is why I love Periscope, because I do videos on Facebook Live, but the engagement here in the community here is so much better. I love it. So you go ahead while I'm here, take advantage of me if you need me. if you're a replay viewer, you can go, or you just hopped on, go and watch the replay to kind of learn some of the symptoms. The reason you have all of those symptoms I've talked about is because, like I said, you've got these inner core muscles going on that are weak. Your pelvic floor has so much to do with all of that's going on, and you have to learn how to work it. So some women, they've just done Kegels, and if you're working that in isolation, that's not going to do anything for you. As a matter of fact, you can get your pelvic floor up so tight that you're going to have to learn how to relax it. So, and that comes with diaphragmatic breathing. When you learn how to get in correct alignment and you breathe with your diaphragm, it will actually loosen your pelvic floor muscles. So you need to learn how to loosen them and tighten them, okay? Lengthen them and tighten them. The other thing is you need to learn how to, women who are high stress. So when you're sitting right here, right now, some women hold their stress in their pelvic floor areas. So you could be one that holds it. So right now you can actually think about it. Is it easier to drop your pelvic floor, or is it easier to raise it up? Okay. If it's harder to drop it, then you hold stress a lot of times in your pelvic floor, or it's just really tight and you have to work on getting that loose, okay, or lengthened. All right, so that's another little tip. And I also did, if you go to my Facebook page, it's facebook.com/Olivia Kegel Biz. But I was totally you were holding your pelvic floor up. So what you want to do, you want to get used to, what you want to do, you want to get used to, then if you hold it tight, I want you to work on diaphragmatic breathing. And I want to see if you can, since you know what I'm talking about, I want you to see when you breathe with your diaphragm, if you can feel your pelvic floor just drop. If you can feel it like it's pushing on your organs and it opens up. Okay, that would be something good for you if you hold it up tight. Just work on that diaphragmatic breathing. And then eventually, like in everyday activities, I kind of teach you how to blow before you go. So you lift your pelvic floor up, which helps engage your TVA, and you engage it more. So you're protected when you do activities. But what you want to get to the point, you want to pay attention, and okay, but that's good because that's a start. So that's what I'm talking about. Eventually, you want to get to the point where your pelvic floor is doing everything on its own by itself. You don't even have to think about, I've got to blow before I go and lift my pelvic floor up. You know, I've got to breathe with my diaphragm. There's a lot going on, but it's how we're supposed to function. And because we're in a society that sits so much and we have short pelvic floor muscles, and we chest breathe so much, and we have so much stress that we have to learn how to relax, get in correct alignment, breathe with our diaphragm, get our body back to functioning the way that it's supposed to be. So I hope that helps. I wish there was a magic answer. Somebody asked me today, how long, is it going to take me? She's 4 fingers wide and a knuckle deep. And I just told her there's no magic answer for anybody. All of my clients are different. Some see improvements in a week. Some see improvements in 3 weeks. And then some women, it's going to take longer to actually heal that up. And some women won't close back all the way, but you can consider it healed, especially with the depth. So if you're functioning correctly, if you can do your workouts and have correct breathing, and you can engage your TVA to where you're not coning or bulging, you can do your everyday activities like that, you've pretty much got it healed. So, but it does take time and it does take work, but you can do it, okay? It's very frustrating. It can be a very hopeless feeling, but if you're in a boot camp with other mamas who have gone through the same thing, you've got that connection to know you're not alone. And I love seeing the interaction between these mamas because they know that somebody gets them. So anyway, I hope that this helps, and if you have any questions, please let me know. Another random question: is a good alternative to running while healing DR? It just depends. It depends. I'm going to say again, it depends on how you're leaning. It depends on how you're going to hold your alignment. It's going to be better than running because you're not getting the pouncing. But there are better alternatives than the elliptical. So I would... Are you wanting to do the... Yes, walking is great. I want you to walk. If I'm pregnant, can I start? Yes. Well, you know what? I'm going to get on my soapbox for a minute. If you're pregnant, you need to start working on it now, okay? That is another thing that I hear all the time. Can I work on it after I'm pregnant? You need to be working on it now. You can work on it right afterwards, but now is the best time. Okay, yes. Oh, Sage, that's you. Yes, you need to work on that. Everything she posts. Yes, and Sage is in my group. I think so. Yes, that's the Sage. Yes, walking is great. It lowers your cortisol levels. It lowers your stress levels, which can create us to have belly fat. So just think about that for walking. And that's in my program, is I want women to walk. And I want you to learn how to walk in correct alignment too, okay? So that's very important. I may need to do a video on that as well. There's a lot to get in one video. Comment on here. I hope it... oh, no. I have... Do you know how many boys I have? Oh, yeah. Okay, he's a boy. I totally get him. It's okay if not in abs, lightweights, trying to get... You need to be engaging and having an ab workout in every single workout. Yeah, I got boys. That you do, okay? Every single workout, you need to be making it an ab workout and engaging your abs. Not sucking in, but engaging. Totally different. You don't want to be lifting heavy weights to where you're straining, okay? And, or bulging. Okay, you feel like you're engaging in a wrong way. Have you taken my 5-day diastasis challenge? It's hard to explain it. Let me try to go over it with you here real quick, okay? So if you, just kind of real quick, if you can lift your pelvic floor up, you may have to do it laying down. I want you to, if you can go like first, second, third floor, higher, and you should be able to feel your lower transverse abdominals engaged, and then you can engage it more. That's the correct way to engage. It's really hard to show you right now. But you got to be careful too, like I said, not to lift too heavy to where you strain and it makes you cone or bulge. But only you know where you are at. Like, I've worked with bodybuilders and I've worked with moms who don't do anything. So I don't know where you're coming from. I don't know your level. And it's going to all depend. So you have to be careful, but you can totally work your abs. All the ladies in my boot camp know. Very nervous and pushy. Oh, you are not alone. I have so many. Yes, this sound. You are not alone. A lot of mamas do not like to feel that. I have a video that shows you how to check if you want to do that. And if maybe you've seen my video, I don't know yet. So you can, I've got to get my charger because I'm fixing to, my phone is fixing to die. Okay, so if you go to fittabulousmoms.com, and me either, it really grosses me out. Yeah, a lot of women don't like it, and I tell those women, okay, so don't check for a while. Only check every now and then. Is a weightlifter, so he's trying to help show me some things. Okay. Yeah, so you're going to have to be careful with the weights. If you're new to it and you have diastasis, you keep trying to sign off. Oh, no, I will stay here as long as you need me. Yeah, and you know what? That's normal. A lot of women are nervous about doing all kinds of stuff. So it's important to know what's safe to do. And like I tell everybody, you have got to learn function over fitness. Hang on one second. So, okay, hopefully that worked. Anyway, so you have to learn function over fitness. That's so, so important. Because a lot of women just want to get right into working out. And a lot of the women on here, if they're in my boot camp or whatever, they know I'm going to be telling you, go at your own pace. Even in my videos, I say don't do it if you can't do it like this. Some of the women stop working out and they just focus on the breathing and the alignment, and then they'll add in some of the ab workouts, and then they'll add in the full workouts. So you have to really know where you're at and what your body can handle. But if you're just starting, I do recommend go get that 5-day diastasis challenge so you learn the basics of what I'm talking about, okay? And feel free, like I said, I do 20-minute consultations for free where I will answer any questions you have. And so I think that's all. Unless you have more questions, I'll stay on here for you. Bree is, my little girl, is taking a nap. So I'm just free right now. I do have one more consultation I have to hop on today. So, but here is my website again, fittabulousmoms.com. I have a boot camp, an 8-week online boot camp that's starting Monday. Or you can take, you're very welcome. I'm glad you hopped on here. And what's your name? So I know to see you on here again. And okay, so I said the boot camp, the 5-day diastasis challenge, and the consultation. I try to get whatever I try to put in some programs in here to help you as much as I can. Okay, good. I'm so glad. And what is your name? Too. I want to learn everybody's name. Okay, Myra, and I'm horrible. Celeste, help me. Is it Celeste? Okay. Myra and Celeste. Okay. All right. Well, I guess that is it. And I'll be looking for your emails. Y'all just go to that contact tab. That's the easiest way. It just pops up. Let me know you are on here and questions you have, okay? All right. Okay, you have done, you did get it, the 5-day challenge. Okay. Some women also have a problem with downloading a PDF. I don't know why. Some women don't. But if you do, just let me know and I will email you and attach it to your email, okay? And I'll just do it that way. All right, so y'all have a great day. I'm really glad you hopped on here. I loved all your questions. And if you want me to keep coming on Periscope, I totally will. That's because I have been trying to do Facebook Live, but if you like Periscope, I will hop on here for y'all. And that's what I'll do. And I'll do some things on Facebook Live, but I'll definitely. Okay, I will stick to it. All right, guys, y'all have a wonderful day, all right? And I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.